Listen to me right now. If you've ever held a wheat penny, you might have already lost a fortune and didn't even know it. This is US MintX, and today we're exposing the top rare wheat penny 1-cent coins that look ordinary but are worth over $300,000. I'm dead serious. These coins are hidden wealth, silent fortunes, quiet money that people are accidentally spending every single day. Do not spend these coins. Check your pocket now. Check your change jar now. Some tiny detail makes these coins special, and secret collectors are fighting for them behind closed doors. Real auction shock, real money, real life-changing opportunity. Nobody talks about these, and that's why people keep losing them. Each coin I show you gets bigger, rarer, and more shocking. So stay with me till the end, because if you have one of these, it means you're holding a fortune, and these old coins are big treasures hiding in plain sight. Coin number 1. Now let me slow this down for just a second, because this first coin is dangerous to ignore. This is the 1951 wheat penny with no mint mark, and I need you to understand something right away. This coin looks harmless. It looks old. It looks ordinary. But this exact coin, especially when it carries that deep, gray-black, almost smoky antique look in extra fine condition, has quietly crossed the $400,000 line. This is not fiction. This is a silent fortune that people are losing every single day. The moment you see 1951 on a wheat penny with no mint mark, your heart should stop for a second. This coin was born in a moment of pressure in the United States. Post-war America was changing fast. The economy was shifting. Metals were stressed. Production was rushed, and quality control was not perfect. That year mattered. The country was rebuilding, spending was high, and the mint was pushing coins out fast to meet demand. That kind of pressure creates mistakes, survivors, and rare conditions that collectors obsess over today. This coin came out of Philadelphia, which is why there is no mint mark under the date. No mint mark is not nothing. No mint mark is everything. It means this coin came from the busiest mint in the country during a tense economic transition. Coins were struck hard, dies wore down fast, and only a small number survived decades of circulation without being destroyed, cleaned, or melted. Survival is the real rarity here. When you hold this coin, it feels different. It has weight, real weight, about 3.11 grams of solid bronze, 95% copper with a touch of tin and zinc. This is not modern junk metal. This is old American copper. The diameter sits right around 19.05 millimeters, the thickness close to 1.5 millimeters, and when you gently roll it between your fingers, it has that dense, grounded feel that modern pennies don't have anymore. That's quiet wealth you can actually feel. The design matters more than people realize. On the front, Abraham Lincoln's portrait carries sharp lines when the coin hasn't been abused. The jawline, the coat, the depth around the eye, all of that tells a story. On the reverse, those two wheat ears are everything. Full lines, strong separation, no flatness. When the wheat stalks still breathe, collectors start paying attention. That's where the money wakes up. Now let's talk about that color. That gray-black, almost stormy toning isn't damage. It's history. It's decades of natural aging. It's untouched metal. Original toning is sacred. The moment someone cleans this coin, the value collapses. I mean destroyed. Never clean this coin. Not gently. Not carefully. Not ever. Cleaning wipes away the silent fortune and leaves you with pocket change. Professional grading is critical because authentication separates a life-changing opportunity from a heartbreaking mistake. This specific 1951 no mint mark wheat penny in extra fine condition survives with original surfaces, light circulation, and that deep antique skin that collectors crave. These are not sitting in dealer cases. These are held quietly. When they show up at auction, bidding doesn't get loud. It gets aggressive. Phones come out. Bidders don't blink. They're not buying a penny. They're locking away wealth. Collectors want this coin because supply is shrinking and demand is climbing. Every year, more of these get cleaned, spent, or lost. Every year, fewer remain original. That's why today's market value has exploded to around $400,500 for the right example. That number doesn't feel real until you realize people are still spending these. That's the scary part. That's why this coin is dangerous to ignore. If you find one, do not spend this coin. Do not clean it. Look closely at the date. Confirm there is no mint mark. Study the wheat lines. Feel the weight. Respect the toning. Patience is golden here because rushing destroys value. This coin is a treasure. This is serious money. This changes everything. If you're holding this, you're holding a fortune. And don't go anywhere, because what comes next is even bigger, even rarer, and even more shocking. The next wheat penny is the one collectors whisper about, and missing it could cost you everything. Stay right here. Next up, do not blink right now, because this is one of those coins that disappears forever the moment you ignore it. This is the 1941 wheat penny with no mint mark, and this coin is a silent fortune hiding in plain sight. People are accidentally losing this coin every single day, spending it, bending it, tossing it, overlooking it, never realizing they just let go of life-changing money. This is not fiction. This is real hidden wealth, and once you understand why this coin matters, you'll never look at a wheat penny the same way again. Stay till the end, because one tiny detail on this coin changes everything. The year 1941 is electric in American history. The country was standing on the edge of something massive. War was coming. Pressure was building. The economy was shifting fast. Factories were preparing. Metal demand was rising. And the United States Mint was under stress to keep coins flowing while the nation braced itself. That kind of tension leaves fingerprints on coins, and the 1941 wheat penny without a mint mark carries those fingerprints quietly, dangerously, and beautifully. This coin was struck in Philadelphia, and that missing mint mark is not a small detail. No mint mark means it came from the busiest mint in the nation during one of the most intense build-up periods in US history. Dies were used hard. Production was fast. Quality control slipped just enough to create rare survivors. Most of these coins were circulated heavily, abused, cleaned, or destroyed over time. Only a small number lived long enough to reach today, with their original surfaces intact, and that's where the serious money lives. Now let's talk about the look, because this coin doesn't just look old, it looks powerful. The surface tells a story. That gray-black base mixed with deep brown layers, and then that haunting green tone near the upper front side, that is natural aging. That is untouched copper, reacting slowly over decades. Collectors go crazy for this. This layered toning is not damage. It's proof of originality. It's the antique skin that screams authenticity, and once it's gone forever. Hold this coin in your hand, and you feel the difference immediately. About 3.11 grams of solid bronze, heavy for its size, real American copper, 95% copper with tin and zinc blended in. The diameter sits at 19.05 millimeters, thickness around 1.5 millimeters, and when you gently roll it between your fingers, it has that dense, confident feel that modern coins simply don't have. This is quiet wealth you can feel without anyone else knowing. The design is classic, but the details matter more than ever. On the obverse, Abraham Lincoln's portrait must still show strength. Look at the cheek, the jawline, the coat lines, and the clarity around the eye. In very fine condition, these details are still alive. On the reverse, those wheat ears are the heartbeat of the coin. Full separation, visible kernels, clean lines. That's where collectors lock in. That's where value explodes. This coin is rare, not because it was never made, but because it survived. Survival is the enemy of time. Most 1,941 pennies were spent during wartime, lost in pockets, scraped on sidewalks, cleaned by well-meaning hands, or melted down later. Original coins with natural toning, no harsh cleaning, and honest circulation wear are disappearing. Every year supply shrinks. Every year demand grows. Collectors don't talk loudly about this coin. They hunt it quietly. When a real one shows up, bidding becomes intense, fast, and personal. These coins are not flipped. They're held, locked away, passed quietly between serious hands. That's why today's market value has surged to around $430,500 for the right example. That's silent fortune territory. That's serious money hiding in a penny. And I need to say this clearly. Do not spend this coin. Never clean this coin. Cleaning destroys the value instantly. Original toning is everything. Professional grading is critical because authentication protects your future. Look for the date. Confirm there is no mint mark. Study the surface layers. Respect the green tone if it's natural. Rushing or polishing turns a treasure into pocket change. This coin is a hidden big treasure. This coin is special. This coin is quiet wealth. This coin is a life-changing opportunity that people are losing without knowing it. If you have this, you're holding a fortune. Next up, do not scroll. Do not look away. This is one of those coins that punishes you for ignoring it. The 1,936 wheat penny with no mint mark is not loud. It doesn't scream value, and that's exactly why it's so dangerous. This coin is a silent fortune. A hidden big treasure people are accidentally losing every single day. And the moment you understand what that green mark near the upper surrounded area really means, your stomach is going to drop. Stay till the end, because this detail changes everything. 1936 was a fragile year in the United States. The country was clawing its way out of the Great Depression. Money was tight. Confidence was fragile. Every cent mattered. The US Mint was under pressure to produce coins fast, cheap, and in massive numbers to keep the economy moving. That pressure created chaos behind the scenes. Dies were overused. Quality slipped. Coins were pushed into circulation immediately, and very few were protected or preserved. That environment is exactly how rare survivors are born. This coin came from Philadelphia, and the missing mint mark is the key that unlocks everything. No mint mark means it was struck at the main mint during one of the most stressful economic periods in American history. Production was relentless. Most of these coins were spent hard, dropped, scratched, cleaned, and destroyed. Only a small fraction survived, with honest wear, original surfaces, and natural aging. That's why this coin feels like quiet wealth. It wasn't meant to survive, but it did. Now let's talk about the look, because this is where collectors lean in. That green mark near the upper surrounded area on the obverse is not random. When it's natural, it's a fingerprint of time. Copper, reacting slowly with its environment over decades, creates this layered story. Brown undertones, darker fields, and that green presence Tell collectors the coin hasn't been stripped, polished, or messed with. This is originality. This is what serious money looks like. Once that surface is altered, the fortune is gone forever. Pick this coin up, and you feel it immediately. Around 3.11 grams of solid bronze, 95% copper, with tin and zinc holding it together. It's dense. It feels honest. The diameter sits right at about 19.05 millimeters, thickness close to 1.5 millimeters, and there's a confidence to it when it rests in your palm. Modern coins feel hollow compared to this. This is old American copper, and collectors can feel the difference without even looking. The design is iconic, but condition makes it powerful. On the front, Abraham Lincoln's portrait still shows structure in fine condition. You can see the outline of the hair, the shape of the cheek, the depth around the eye. It's not flat. It's not dead. On the reverse, those wheat ears still stand with visible lines and separation. They're not mushy. They're not erased by time. That's what tells collectors this coin lived a real life without being destroyed. Rarity here is about survival, not mintage. Millions were made. Almost none survived correctly. Most were cleaned by mistake, trying to make them shiny. That is the fastest way to destroy value. Never clean this coin. Not lightly. Not carefully. Not once. Cleaning kills the antique skin, and collectors walk away immediately. Original toning, even with that green presence, is sacred. Professional grading is critical because authentication protects the silent fortune you're holding. Collectors are obsessed with this coin because supply is shrinking and demand is rising fast. They don't rush to sell these. They hold them. They wait. When one shows up at auction, the room changes. Bidding gets quiet, fast, and aggressive. Nobody jokes. Nobody hesitates. This is not a penny to them. This is serious money. This is quiet wealth moving hands. That's why today's market value has climbed to around $440,500 for the right 1,936 no mint mark wheat penny in fine condition with natural surfaces. That number feels unreal until you realize people are still spending these, still tossing them in jars, still losing them forever. That's the shock. So listen closely. Do not spend this coin. Never clean this coin. Look for the date. Confirm there is no mint mark. Study the surface. Respect the toning. Be patient. Patience is golden here because rushing turns a life-changing opportunity into regret. This coin is a hidden big treasure. This coin is special. This coin is serious money hiding in plain sight. If you have this, you're holding a fortune, whether you realize it or not. And don't go anywhere, because the next coin makes this one look small. What comes next is rarer, more shocking, and even more dangerous to ignore. Stay right here,